Hi, I'm Mark Oliver, Senior Solutions Engineer at Seawell Networks, and I'm here to give you a demonstration of Seawell's product, Spectrum, today. Spectrum is a ABR delivery solution, which is for adaptive bitrate, and it's for delivery to smooth streaming clients, HLS clients, HDS clients, and Dash. So I'm going to start this off by starting some streams, and we'll talk through them and see how this goes. So I'm going to start the same video on all these devices. Okay, so I've started the same video on being delivered through smooth streaming, through Apple HLS, both to an iPad device and to an Android device. Okay, so let's take a look at our dashboard to see what's going on here. All right, you can see that we've got three sessions running now, and we're delivering 9.1 megabits of data. So let's take a look at each individual session. You can see that we've got 3 individual IP addresses, and we're delivering to 3 separate devices. One's an Android phone, one's an iPad, and the unnamed one is actually the laptop that's driving this screen. We're delivering 2 different protocols here, smooth streaming and Apple HLS. In the case of this demonstration, the source material is coming from smooth streaming, and what we're doing is we're bringing that material in, repackaging, and then sending it out. But we're not sending it out just plain, we're sending it out with some policy. So let's take a look at some of that policy. Some policy shown here is that the video that's being delivered to the 2 devices down, 2 mobile devices, is actually encrypted, okay? Whereas the one that's being delivered to the laptop here is not. That was done as a matter of policy. Okay, we recognize what the different devices are, and let's drill down into these and take a look at the source information. So as you can see here, this is the details about what's being delivered to the computer, and this is actually Microsoft Smooth Streaming format. You can see that the fragment size is 2 seconds. Okay, this is another example of some policy that Spectrum is using to deliver video, and a 2-second policy is the same video chunk size that was on the origin. But if we take a look at the iPad, we have a 10-second fragment size here. So this is important for differentiating between delivering over a 3G network and over a terrestrial network. On a terrestrial network, you'd want to actually have very fast changes, so we'd go with 2-second chunk size. Over a 3G network, where bandwidth is sometimes at a premium and there's a lot more latency, we deliver 10-second chunks just to make sure that the client doesn't actually go through any sort of buffering. Okay, so that's an example of the different sorts of policies that can be applied. Another types of policies that can be applied are things like delivering a set amount of video time to a client, and also different bit rates. If we take a look at the bit rates that are being shown here today, we've got 3.5 meg, 3.5 meg, and we've got 2.5 meg. So why does this Android device only show the same video at 2.5 meg? Well, at the time that the client made the request for this video, what we did was we took a look at a policy and we said, okay, if an Android device is going to play back this video, we're going to cap them at 2.5 meg. An operator may choose to do this to save bandwidth on their network, but it's an example of delivering the same content but with different policies on it. Okay. So a policy that is very popular with our customers is ad insertion. Ad insertion to monetize this content. So let's take a look at some ad insertion. Okay. I'm going to start the same video on both this computer and on this iPad. And they're both going to start with different pre-rolls. We support pre-roll, post-roll, and mid-roll or interstitial ads. Here we've got an ad that starts at the beginning with a THX pre-roll, and here we've got a universal pre-roll. And this was done again as a matter of policy. When the client makes the request for the video, we go off and talk to an ADS server using SCTE 130-3 protocol and say, what videos or what ads do you want to place into this video? And so what we've seen here is we've got the same episodic content, the same video being delivered to each device, and at 30 seconds we will have the first mid-roll ad insertion. Now, each device here has received a unique manifest that describes the video to be delivered, and at 30 seconds we're going to see the first ad insert. instantaneous, and then instantaneous. So we've got a frame-accurate delivery of ad insertion because we do the splicing together on the Seawell's Spectrum server. This allows us to actually deliver all of the content without a special client. This is, of course, the stock client for Microsoft Smooth Streaming, and this is actually just a Safari browser within an iPad. Okay, so it's very easy to put those ad insertions within a video, and because that splicing is done as part of the regular stream, there's no way to detect it. So what happens is that it's impossible to block through client software. Okay, so once the last chunk has been delivered as part of that ad to these clients, the Spectrum server generates a placement status notification, sends that off to the ADS server, and everyone can get paid. Once the videos are done. Once the videos are done, we can roll up all the information into session detail records. The session detail records detail every bit of information that the client experienced. What was the video that was watched? How long was it watched for? What bit rates were used? How many times did the user seek through the video? And that can all be exported to a file or through syslog. So you can get very accurate, detailed information about all of the videos that have been delivered to the clients. So again, this is all examples using VOD. We support VOD and live, and deliver again to HLS, Smooth Streaming, Apple or Adobe HDS, and Dash. And that's an example of Spectrum. Thank you.